Hold up. And when we talk about galvanizing people, because that was the conversation was about, he said, yo, who do you think, because I asked him, I said, who do you think the military, like, who do you think would do better raising a military? Our military's small. Our military is not doing well. We're not able to recruit people. Nobody wants to fight for our country. So my thing was, who do you think, who do you think people in the military would be more excited and inspired to fight for? Who do you think our front line, first line workers, frontline, what's the proper term? Sorry about that. Who do you think our first responders would be inspired to follow? I want y'all to take a look at this video. Hold on, is it on Instagram or do I have it on Twitter? Here it is, right here. All right, let me share the screen. Look at this video. It's going to show Kamala Harris and Joe Biden walking into an event. I believe it's, what is this? Hold on, let me see what the event is. They're walking in a room full of firefighters. So I'm not sure if this is an event associated with 9/11. I'm not exactly sure, but it's just a room full of firefighters. So we'll just leave it there. First and foremost, I feel, I have a newfound liking for Joe Biden, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like I like Joe Biden more and more because I just feel bad for him. I like more and more I feel like he's just been completely used by the Democratic Party. He's being used to the point where they should just say, like, yo, let Joe chill, like stop putting him in these positions where he looks terrible. He looks like he doesn't even know where he is. And you guys are trying to convince us that he's capable of making decisions to run the country. But just look at how they're welcomed.
There he is.
Now look at Trump. It's a different level of excitement. It's totally different. It's a different level of engagement. I just see it as different. I just see it as different. And IROC wrote, I don't think Biden's a good guy though. He's done some very sketchy stuff. I completely agree. Let me be very clear on that. And IROC, I know. So IROC, this will show. So this just showed how easy I've been on Joe Biden over the last couple months as I transitioned maybe about 3-4 months ago. I told y'all, I said, yo, I'm easing up on Biden because I don't even think he's capable. And I really think that he has dementia. I said that. I used to be so hard on Joe Biden. So now maybe that's the reason why it comes across as being sympathetic. I don't think Joe Biden, let me be very clear, and I think most of the other people probably have heard me say this many times. Joe Biden, I don't think any other politician has destroyed more black families than Joe Biden and his contribution to the crime bill. Just is what it is, which is so funny because we'll always bring up, like I always say this, I'll be talking to some Democrats and people who support them, whatever. And they'll always bring up the same thing that was brought up in the debate. They'll bring up the Central Park Five, right? But nobody ever brings up Joe Biden's crime bill. They're like, oh, that happened a while ago. He's a different person. But then when it comes to Trump and the Central Park Five, it's like, no, that's exactly who Trump is. Okay, cool. So we'll just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, trust me. But no, I as far as like his policies and stuff, I think Joe Biden is a weirdo. In many ways. I just think that he's just like, and I mean weirdo in the exact sense of the word. I just think that a lot of the stuff that he does, I just think he moves very weird, like how he touches people, and it's just weird. Not saying that he's I'm just saying it's weird. Let me just leave it at that. All right. So speaking of keeping this same type of energy, I want to show y'all this other video. Is it on? Hold on. Let me just make sure that it's on. I think it's on YouTube. Do, 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 do. Oh, actually, hold on. No. I want to show y'all the Jake Tapper video first. So let me show y'all the Jake Tapper video. So this is where I was celebrating. Y'all gonna be proud of me. I was showing CNN some love. I was showing CNN some love. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Actually, we'll go to this video first. We'll do this one since it's right here. Hold on. So this is Corinne Jean, was it Jean Pierre, press secretary. She was asked about Joe Biden, Corinne Jean Pierre wearing a Trump 2024 hat. Let's take a look at this.
What we saw yesterday with the president briefly wearing a MAGA hat, since the pool wasn't in the room for that, can you share a little bit more about how that happened and just what kind of message you think it sent?
So a couple of things for those, like you said, the pool was not in the room, so I just want to make sure I lay this out so folks get the context of what happened. So
hold on, let me actually show the video of him wearing the hat so y'all can see that first. Hold on. I sent it. Hold on. Where's the video? Hold on. I know I sent it to Doug. Hold on. Let me pull up this video real quick. Let me go to my text with Doug because y'all are going to be looking at it like, well, we don't even know what we're looking at. Oh, it is on Twitter. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I hadn't saved it. All right. So let me just refresh this screen and it should be up here. All right. So take a look at this video first. And then we'll possibly get into the.
Huh? Yeah. Remember your name?
I don't remember my name. I'm slow.
You're old part. You're an old part.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm an old guy.
And you're an old part, right?
I know you would know about that.
What?
About being old.
Oh, I know.
All right.
I'm a young timer. Huh?
You know, he reminds me of the guys I grew up with. There was always one in the neighborhood.
Well,
So Biden's signing one of his hats. The guy's wearing a Trump hat.
I'm the only one.
There you go, man. I need that hat.
Want my autograph?
Hell no.
You know my name. Come on.
I ain't going that far.
Yeah, you said you would do a selfie. There you go.
Yeah, shout out to Joe. Sleepy Joe. Yo, what's crazy about this is, I'm going to tell y'all what's crazy about this. He put on this hat. And I actually thought, like, even before I even saw with Corinne Jean Pierre, I said that I feel bad for Joe, because if he's not really understanding what's going on, then I just feel like they keep like, yo, just let the man chill. But him putting on that hat, I actually thought that they should use that to their advantage. I don't know if Kamala feels good about him putting on a Trump 2024 hat. He probably could have just explained what now Corinne Jean Pierre is going to try to explain, like this was an act of unity. That doesn't seem pretty consistent with the Democratic game plans thus far. However, I saw that as like, I wish that politics were like this, to be totally honest. I wish that they were like this, which is why I get on people so much or get on them when they say certain things. And Trump actually highlighted this in his speech where he was talking about, or in the debate when he was saying how when he was and he got shot. What did he say? He said, yeah, it was probably based on a lot of the words that talking about Kamala and the Democrats have said about him. Y'all run around and say, if he wins, he's going to put you in chains and shackles. Y'all say that he's like Hitler. Y'all say all these extreme things. If somebody was really like Hitler, if Joe Biden really believed that Trump was like Hitler, I doubt that he would put on a Trump 2024 hat. But that's the problem with the politicians. They just do too much. They're trying to make us as extreme as possible, make us as fearful, and just build hate within all of us for the other side, whatever that other side is. But him just putting on that hat, I thought it was cool. I didn't see it as him endorsing Trump. I actually saw it as, well, one, I'm looking at it like, oh, Biden's out of there. He don't know what's going on. But if he did, and if he does, then I wouldn't even take anything from it. Obviously, I'm just joking saying that he's endorsing Trump. I don't think he is, even though Trump came out and said that he dislikes Kamala. I do believe that they don't have a good relationship. I do believe that Joe Biden feels that he was pushed out and manipulated into acting as if he was going to run. But they had actually no plans for it. I've been saying that for a while, and we've been saying it for a while. But as far as this, I didn't have a big issue with it. And I'm not even going to, matter of fact, I'm not even going to say, so Corinne Jean-Pierre, she pretty much said the same thing that I said. Like, if this is more so to push unity. Matter of fact, we'll let her talk. I'm sorry. I can't do that to y'all. We'll let her.
We were, the president was in Shanksville Fire Station, one of the locations, obviously, of where the plane was taken down on September 11th of 2001. So the president gave an impromptu remarks about bipartisan unity. That's what he was talking about. And he talked about it in the moment of September 11th. That's what we experienced after 9/11. And said that we needed to go back to that bipartisan unity as a country. And so he made those remarks, impromptu remarks, to some of the folks who were there on that day. And he offered a presidential hat to a man who was wearing a Trump cap. He was wearing a Trump hat, and he offered it to him as a gesture. And in return, the man said that in the same spirit, the president should put on his Trump cap.
I don't know if that's what happened. I think Joe Biden said, now I need that hat. But okay.
And so the president did very briefly. And
the man said, oh, you want me to sign it? And he said, no. He said, Joe Biden said, oh, I need that hat. Then the man said, oh, you want me to sign it? He said, hell no, or something like that, joking around.
That's what happened. It was truly a back and forth about unity and the president remembering a moment in time after a horrific incident on that day, and how the country did come together. It didn't matter what political party you were part of. It didn't matter.
So if that's the case, why are both of y'all parties trying to tear us apart, trying to say extreme things about the other that are only going to create more fear and hatred? Why? Because that's what politicians do. So we'll move on. We'll move on. But yeah, and IROC said it as well. We need more of this in politics. There doesn't always have to be a bad guy. It doesn't have to be like, I hate this other person. It doesn't have to be that. Like, yo, let's just debate. Like, honestly, this is one of the reasons why families it's hard for families to have a lot of these political discussions, because the politicians and the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, they make it so extreme. They make us have so much extremism in all of us that we can't even have debates. We can't even have conversations. We can't have disagreements. We can't, like, everything is just like, we're looking at it, we're behaving as toxic as they are. And it shouldn't be about that. It should be, all right, let's make your points. You make your points. I bet you my points are better. I bet you my research is better. I bet that's what it should be about. Not just all the overly emotional things that are poured into these conversations that I think should be left out. All right, next video. What are we on? Okay, so Jake Tapper, moving on to